But before we go into the cafe, let's visit Guido and Gemma at their home in nearby Tbilisi city. This is where they bake their bread, they make their cheeses, they make sauces, bacon, and they even make their own ham. Guido, you make fresh bread every day, 6 days a week for the museum cafe. Today we're going to look at French baguette, but before you explain how you make it, I understand you make it to a Polish style, which I've not heard before, which is a technique that's been around for many, many years, hundreds of years, I believe.
Hundreds of years.
So tell me what's the difference between Polish style and regular style?
Yeah, now in this fast world, they want to make bread in a very short process in a big fabric as fast as possible. But that's not what we did. What we did for thousands of years already in making bread is do it very slow, time enough, and let it go in a natural way. So the Polish style is that you ferment the dough for at least 6 to 8 hours. And that means that the fibers in there, the brown, the husk from the wheat, that it gets the time to ferment, that it becomes softer, so better to digest, better for the health, and the very best, that the taste development is much higher than the usual bread.
Now tell us what the ingredients are for the French baguette.
Yeah, these are the best flours available here on Negros. It's the Emperor, that's white flour, and this is whole wheat from San Miguel Mills, available in Chefs and Bakers in Bacolod. You can get that. Now then it's only water, a little honey to get the yeast on. And yeah, we don't have fresh yeast here, so but very good and natural is just the dry yeast what is all around available. Yeah. So very basic, nothing else than that. And a little salt. The salt is not there.
So what's the method? How do you do it?
You make the whole dough without the salt and 1/4 of the flour. And preferable when there's white flour, 1/4 white flour. That's what you keep out. So you get what you see, a very runny dough, what is easily to mix by hand. You start always with the honey, the yeast, and a part of the water, a small part of the water. You mix it. It has to be lukewarm, the water, to get the yeast on, that it starts foaming, that it comes alive again. They're multiplying very fast, and you see that it starts foaming. The yeast what has to raise the bread. So that's the first part.
How long does that take?
Oh, 5 minutes. You see it in minutes. You see it coming up, that it starts foaming. That means it's alive. The yeast is alive, and then you can mix it. So that's what you start, and then you mix the flours, except 1/4 of the flour and the salt, because the salt works against the yeast and the fermenting, so we don't want salt in. So you mix 3/4 of the flour with the water, and yeah, that's it. And this was overnight. This is maybe 10 hours, and it's really fermenting. Yeah, you see it's bubbling. And the fibers are soft, and it really gets taste. And now then we're gonna mix in the last flour and the salt.
terrific. This is our Polish style bread, which I must say I'm looking forward to. Okay, now what do you do now? Transfer it to cool it down? It looks terrific. And as Guido said, with the way that you cook it and the time it takes, the method that's been used for hundreds of years, the Polish style, it should be very, very tasty. Certainly a lot nicer than... Yes, and certainly a lot nicer than 99.9% of the bread that you buy in the supermarket. That's great. Thank you very much, Grace, for your demo. Guido, I believe you're also one of the only people in Negros who makes chutney. Now, Filipinos are not familiar with chutney. We Westerners are, of course. What exactly is chutney and what's it used for?
It's originally from India, and I think a few India people here on the island will make their own chutney too, but it's not quite common. Chutney was a side dish with curry. It's very nice with grilled meat. You can mix it through your salad. You can use it in many ways. Grilled fish will do too, and it must extend the taste, the palate, and that's what it do. It is a very good combination. That's what we always looking for, the pairing of the meat with the sauce.
And these are all local ingredients?
Yes, this is all, only the mustard seed, but you can buy in the India shop there near Riverside. The rest is there. And I guess in Robinson you find mustard seed too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, tell us how you make it.
It's quite simple. It's the water and the vinegar. The vinegar go in there. Then, of course, best is to dissolve the sugar. The sugar and the salt. That's the first things that it dissolves. And after you see that it's gone, then the other ingredients go there. That was the salt. Little kulikut. Little kulikut. The kulikut is actually the same as the chili pepper. It's chili pepper. Tabasco is made from kulikut, so don't buy the expensive Tabasco. Just take kulikut, little vinegar, little salt, grind it, put it in a pot, and leave it for months, and then strain it, and you have Tabasco too. It costs very cheap. The garlic and always ginger, ginger. Grated ginger, and the Indian mango, of course, that's the main ingredient. Okay, we miss one ingredient, that are the mustard seeds. Mustard seeds, difficult to open, so we give it a little, that you hear it a little crack, just a little, and that's the mustard seeds. Oh, now you see it's the mango is nice soft now, And then the last thing we add, that are the raisins. Wash very well, wash 2-3 times, so clean very well. And that go in as last one. Then you need that the raisins, because raisins can contain also bacteria we don't want in there. So this has to be at least 80 degrees again before you switch it off. That you pasteurize again the raisins. The last thing what goes in has to be pasteurized too, that you don't have the bacteria development. Then you cannot keep it so long.
Right.
So the pasteurize helps, the acidity helps, the sugar helps, and the salt helps that it can stay long. That are the 4 preservatives actually.